Welcome back to Sunrise, everybody. We're joined this morning by Dr. Hilary DeShong and Suzanne Amati, a graduate student, both from MSU. Good morning, ladies. Thank you both for being here. They're here to talk about stress reduction, a very appropriate week to be talking about this. A lot of people going through a very wide variety of things, which kind of leads to my first question, Dr. DeShong. What is there different levels of stress that people can experience as far as what they're going through with something like the tornado and the flooding that's going on?
Yeah, so what's really interesting about stress is that everybody experiences it. They experience different levels of it. And it's not necessarily that less stress is better. I mean, it's great if you don't have a lot of stress, but most people do. Some of it is you expect, and some it's not as expected, like what happened over the weekend.
Right.
But it's more about if you feel like you know how to deal with the stress, you actually manage it better.
Okay.
Regardless of how much stress. And so really it's about using those coping skills that you have to help manage the stress.
And Suzanne, are there a lot of different ways to help cope with stress and deal with stress?
Oh yes, of course. There are several different ways. Getting enough sleep, learning to relax, how to breathe appropriately, having social support, so being engaged with your family and friends, being involved with hobbies, things that you enjoy, just taking care of yourself are good stress-reducing techniques to use.
Yeah, I think it would be safe to say that we all experience stress and anxiety.
Yeah.
At what point do you recommend people maybe doing something about it, or saying, I need to change my habits, change what I do every day to help deal with some of this?
I think when you get to the point where you notice a change in your mood and you notice that maybe you're not the person you feel like you used to be, and so you notice that maybe you're sleeping more or you're just feeling kind of withdrawn and you're not spending as much time with friends and family, that might be some red flags of like, I need to maybe make some changes.
Right, and Suzanne, is talking about it an important thing too, as well as those other techniques that you talked about, sort of expressing how you're feeling to other people?
Yeah, that's a good strategy, being able to express your emotions and your feelings to other people, but also being able to recognize yourself, like your emotions, kind of challenge anything that might be kind of faulty, those thought patterns. So yeah, it's definitely good to kind of express that out and then look at it yourself.
And Dr. DeShong, can you reach a certain point where maybe you can't deal with this anxiety by yourself, and you maybe need to seek that help and that extra treatment from people that know what they're talking about?
Yeah, I definitely think that's more common than people realize, that there is a time in your life where maybe you need a little bit of extra help, and it could be for lots of different reasons. Maybe you're going through a divorce, maybe you just experienced a significant natural disaster, and so like being able to ask for help is hard for some people, and so it's knowing that it's actually very common and that people do sometimes seek that added help is really important.
All right, well, thank you guys both for being here this morning with that wealth of information. For more information from the MSU Psychology Department, you can call that number there on your screen. Dr. DeShong, Suzanne, thank you both for being here.
Thank you so much.
All right.